Welcome back to Trapped by the Clock, where we are reading the entire book front to back. If you haven't seen the first video, we started with the table of contents to give you a preview of what's ahead. In this video, we begin the introduction, setting the stage for how E.L.Ds were meant to improve trucking, but have instead created new challenges. Stay tuned as we dive into the real impact of these regulations on truckers and road safety. Introduction: the road to safety, or a roadblock. When the electronic logging device, E.L.D, was introduced, it was hailed as a major step toward improving road safety. The idea was simple: ensure truck drivers adhered to hours of service regulations by eliminating paper logs, reducing fatigue driving, and making the roads safer for everyone. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, FMCSA, and policymakers believed this technology-driven approach would be the solution to prevent accidents, improve compliance, and create a more efficient trucking industry. However, since its full implementation, accidents involving large trucks have not significantly decreased. In fact, for many truckers, they have increased. The unintended consequences. Instead of making roads safer, E.L.Ds have created a rigid, one-size-fits-all system that fails to account for the unpredictable nature of trucking. While the intention behind the mandate was to prevent fatigued driving, it has instead resulted in more driver fatigue, not less. Truckers are forced to operate within strict time windows, often driving when tired because the E.L.D dictates their schedule rather than their own body's natural rhythm. More accidents. Studies have shown that after the E.L.D mandate, accidents increased among independent drivers and small fleets due to added pressure to maximize driving hours. Inflexibility in real-world conditions. Weather, traffic, shipper delays, and road conditions don't fit neatly into a government-mandated time clock. Yet, truckers must comply regardless, often leading to dangerous situations on the road. The data tells the story. According to the FMCSA, in 2021, there were 5,340 fatal crashes involving large trucks and buses, showing no significant improvement despite years of E.L.D enforcement. The fatality rate among truckers has also increased, rising from 23.6 per 100,000 workers in 2013 to 28.8 in 2021, a troubling statistic that contradicts the original goal of the mandate. The reality is clear: the E.L.D system is failing truckers and the public. What this book will cover. This book dives deep into how the E.L.D mandate has negatively impacted truckers and road safety, presenting real-life stories from drivers who have experienced firsthand how rigid regulations create unsafe situations. From being forced to drive in hazardous conditions to losing entire workdays due to an arbitrary clock, truckers have paid the price for a system that was meant to help them. We will also explore potential solutions, ways FMCSA could improve the system to allow flexibility while maintaining accountability. The goal isn't to eliminate safety regulations, but to advocate for a practical approach that works in the real world. As you read, you'll discover the true impact of E.L.Ds, not from bureaucratic reports, but from the men and women who live it every day. Is the E.L.D mandate truly a road to safety, or is it a roadblock to smarter, safer trucking? Let's find out. Now that we've set the stage, let's take a step back and see how we got here. The push for electronic logging didn't happen overnight. It was the result of years of regulation and industry changes. In Chapter 1, we'll uncover the history of hours of service regulations, the rise of E.L.Ds, and how a solution meant to protect drivers ended up making their jobs even harder. Stay tuned.